I just love seeing all these people that I've been working with for the past 12 months. I literally landed a year ago in Boston area as the dean of the School of Nursing at Northeastern University Bouve College of Health Sciences. So it's just so exciting to see you all here today. So as people get their seats, I'm just going to begin. Welcome, 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 welcome to all of you. I'm going to be starting out kind of giving you the lay of the land of the healthcare landscape. And if you look at the picture on the screen, you'll see a stealth bomber, which is representative of our healthcare system in some segments. We have stealth bomber level technology and innovation in the US healthcare culture. However, most of that is centralized in the area of hospitals, and then once you leave the door of a hospital, you come into a less than stealth bomber, an area that needs a lot of work. One of the problems that we are facing all the time is this siloing and fragmentation that's occurring, and that's the real challenge for us to address. And I would say that we are at this tipping point. Malcolm Gladwell said that in its most basic meaning refers to a critical point when unprecedented changes occur rapidly with irreversible effect. I dare say that that's what's happened with this conference. In a very short time, we've seen this rapidly come together. All of you are here, and I really welcome you to Northeastern University. And on behalf of my colleagues at the School of Nursing, we welcome you to this conference. So the real challenge here is that we need to think differently about healthcare. And the way we need to think differently, and I challenge you today, is to think unreasonably about a disruption of how it is we think about our healthcare. We have been focusing on service provision all the way to our mechanisms for payment that are fee for service, and we need to be moving toward thinking more system-wide and measuring improving outcomes for populations of people, and that's the real challenge. Where I believe nursing and nurses have the cutting edge, is the leading edge, is that we are the ones that can think about redesigning the patient's experience. There are 4.1 million nurses. We're the largest workforce in the healthcare industry. We're at the bedside 24/7, so to speak. We're embedded, we're ubiquitous, we are embedded in all healthcare environments, and yet we are an untapped source of subject matter expertise of the lived experience of patients receiving healthcare. This is the cutting edge of nursing and where we are proposing to take you on this journey over this weekend. Nurses make extraordinary partners in tackling the redesign of the patient's experience of healthcare. Now, this is the reality of the business side of healthcare, that startups are booming. It grew 200% from 2010 to 2014. There are many people in this room that are business people as well as academics and healthcare providers. This startup has been driven by disrupting business models, adoption of technology, wearables and video technology, but what has really been driving, I believe, a lot of the change and the need for change is our aging population. Last year, it was dubbed the year digital health broke out. It was a record year for funding. $6.5 billion was invested in healthcare ventures, 125% increase over 2013. And I project that this is only going to increase over time. One thing is certain, and this is documented in many, many venues, is that consumer-driven healthcare is coming. The patient's experience and redesigning that patient experience is the real cutting edge. So I've got a picture of our conference. We started this about 8 months ago. It's been an extraordinary experience. This is Julie Norton and Kathy Cotter, both who've been just phenomenal supporters. Julie Norton heads the Health Sciences Entrepreneur Program at Northeastern. Northeastern is renowned for their initiative around entrepreneurship. And nursing, with the help of Julie and Kathy, has really entered that foray. We have thought leaders from business here, healthcare, foundations, and academia. You will see signs of sponsorship around. We really have our gratitude for the sponsorship of this conference, to me, reflects how much that business really believes that nursing could be on this cutting edge of redesigning the health experience of patients. So let that sink in, nurses, that you are really holding a subject matter expertise that is very unique in this playing field of evolving startups. I'd like to have our sponsors stand. I'm not going to name any one particular, but is Exergen here? Not yet. We have Macy Foundation, Hartford Foundation, and Hillman Foundation. We also have many businesses that are here. I see Ann Kirby and Dan Briggs stand, and there was somebody here else that stood up. Patricia, okay. And then we have Meditech here. We have, who else is a sponsor in the room? Cardinal Health is here. Okay, good. All the sponsors are listed in our book, and we'll work with you throughout this summit and hackathon. Their job at this conference is critical. They become your mentors. They're the ones that know a lot about the business side, which is really important as we move this endeavor forward. So let me just give you a little bit background about the logistics of and how this conference works. Today, from now until 6:30, we call it the summit. It's the incubator of ideas. We're here, and this is called the East Village. We're on the 17th floor where all the plenary sessions will take place. We're going to then be moving downstairs to the lower level, which is where the concurrent plenary sessions will take place. There's a living room. We're calling them living rooms. We want you to be in a mindset that you're going to be having an experience. You are not going to be listening very much about sitting there absorbing from speakers. You're going to be actually engaged in the process of innovation. So we have a living room session in the morning. The living room session is about you reviewing, getting the tools about design, and living room session 2 is applying those tools. That's in a very broad sense. There are 3 concurrent sessions that will get repeated. There'll be in the morning living room session 1 and in living room session 2. There are 3 areas: health informatics that transform health systems, innovations that transform patient and family experience, design and technology to motivate behavior change. On your name tags, in the back of your name tags, there should be a card where you designated which of those sessions you want to be in. We will come back up after living room session 2. We'll come back up after living room session 1, back up the elevators. This is where we're going to have lunch. We're going to have some speakers for you. Then you'll go back downstairs, so you keep active, and do living room session 2. And then you'll come back up here, and we will end the day with some final talks, and then a big reception. At 6:30, we will launch the hackathon. Some of you will move on to the hackathon, some of you will not. We will get a huge infusion of new people into our mix that are probably more from engineering, computer science, business students. We opened this conference to all Northeastern students for free for the hackathon. So we want them to come in. We think that you may come up with an idea, maybe not, but may come up with an idea that you want to move into the hackathon with and build out your team that you will then carry the idea further. So the hackathon starts at 6:30, but then it will get carried over to Saturday and Sunday. Again, our sponsors will be there as primarily as mentors, moving these ideas along. The Saturday, Sunday hackathon will move into a different building, which is called the Curry Center, the Student Center. It's very close by. The orange and white balloons are around, and there's all kinds of signs around. But if you need any help, there are a lot of our staff have ribbons that say staff and red baseball caps that say Northeastern on it. Please feel free to stop them and get some help. Staff will be managing the elevators. Again, we start in the 17th floor, and we move down to the lower floor, back up to the 17th floor, back down to the living room, back up to the 17th floor. So you are going to be moving around today, no sitting here. And then the hackathon will begin here on the 17th floor and then move to Curry. So the good news for those of you that are nurses, we do have 5.75 contact hours. To receive those contact hours, you must be present for the entire Friday event, complete and submit the evaluation at the end of the day. There are not contact hours for the hackathon, just for today's event. And just to make note of conflict of interest, all our conference faculty and speakers, except for Catherine Bowles and Mary Beth Pompey, have declared no conflict of interest. Dr. Bowles declared a conflict because of her relationship with NIH research, and Dr. Pompey declared a conflict of interest because she is employed by Exergen Corporation. Actually, she is the president of Exergen Corporation and a mission sponsor for this conference. Lastly, and you can hardly see this, which is unfortunate, but this is how many people made this happen. So this was a team effort extraordinaire. These are folks both from Northeastern, they are from Mass General Hospital, they're from Brigham and Women's. We had a Meditech participating with us. We had students and we had faculty. The co-chairs of this conference, Mary Manning, who is right in the corner, raise your hand, Mary. And Laura Mylott, where are you, Laura? Oh, she's downstairs getting to work. She's getting you prepared. And this was an extraordinary act of love, really. Also, I want to point out that we've spent months with the design faculty here at Northeastern to design what we call in academia the pedagogy of your experience. The design faculty, that is their modus operandi. They work with the human experience and designing that experience. And we have had them involved with us week after week, studying how best to engage you in this process. So it was an experience rather than a sit back. So you are going to enjoy. I'd also like to make note that MadPow, which is a company that is a design company that focuses on human experience, has been very generous with us. And you'll meet Adam Connor, who's going to be in one of the living room sessions, and Amy Cueva, who is the CEO of the company, has been extraordinary. So I thank you for being here. I'm going to move into introducing Kathy Bowles.